Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Tuesday, May 3rd. Now we have a couple of meetings to tell you about today, and one of course will immediately follow our morning broadcast of This Day, and that will be the JRF board meeting, which will be in the boardroom, and that will be televised right here on Village Television somewhere in the 9:30 hour. And then at 1:30 this afternoon, we have the third Finance Committee, and that will also be in the boardroom. All right, let's take a look at who is on our show. Well, we have Siobhan Foster in our studio today, and she'll be giving us a Laguna Woods update, lots of activities happening, and then we have an announcement kind of that we're just reiterating from the government, including about our water. Then we have Pat Bates, who is a candidate for the Orange County Supervisor position for the 5th District. All right, let's take a look at our weather. We have a very nice sunshine coming our way for this week as soon as we burn off some of that morning fog. We have 72-54 today, 80-58 tomorrow, 80-59 on Thursday, 80-56 on Friday, so not much difference there in the 3 days, 77-58 on Saturday. Our sunrise this morning was at 6 a.m. and our sunset will be at 7:36. And Joel, you've done it again. This is a most amazing photo of one of my favorite sea creatures, a beautiful seahorse. So thank you for sending that in. That's just beautiful. If you have a photo that you would like to share with our community, please email it to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. All right, when we come back, we'll have Siobhan Foster. Stick around.
People with hearing loss only know the way they hear, not how much better they should be hearing. How well are you hearing? Are you understanding 60% or maybe only 30%? You don't know unless someone measures your hearing understanding ability. People are wearing hearing aids that are underfit with power, not programmed properly, the physical fit is too loose or too tight. Find out what your understanding score is with a special word test from Advanced Ear Care. Stop in today and tell them Stuart sent you.
Get out and live your life with the Buzz Around XL travel scooter from Golden. The Buzz Around is fun to drive with a tight indoor turning radius so you can go just about anywhere. It's also so easy to charge and offers all-day range so you can go further. The Buzz Around even has more leg and foot room for all-day driving comfort. Be safe with the XL's ultra-bright LED headlight. Plus, the Buzz Around XL can be easily taken apart into several lightweight pieces. See for yourself just how easy and affordable mobility freedom can be.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From our delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Siobhan Foster in the house today, and she's going to talk to us about a lot of different things. Hi, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Lisa?
Good, good. And you've got lots of actually really great things that are going on here in the community, and then of course a little bit of an announcement towards the end. So we'll leave that and we'll leave everybody in suspense regarding that. So we're going to start off with Age Well Services. I know that they're on their 4th meeting now.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Well, their third and final information.
Oh, third.
Yes.
Okay.
Third and final meeting will be held tomorrow at 1 p.m. in Clubhouse 1. This is to go over the proposal from Age Well to operate the transportation system.
Okay.
And there will be question and answers from the audience as well.
Clubhouse 1, May 4th at 1 p.m. Now, you know, this has been going on for a while now, and they've been doing a lot of presentations. So let's just remind everybody kind of what this is about. This is about transportation, a bus service, right?
Correct. Age Well has made a proposal to operate our bus system.
Okay.
And so the GRF board is going through all sorts of due diligence to evaluate that proposal. And one of the components is obviously input from our residents who would be impacted by the proposal.
Okay, and so far everybody has been able to really get a good idea of what it entails, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So you think there'll be a decision shortly after this meeting?
I would anticipate that, yes.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Oh, and we have something very fun coming up.
Yes, we do. It's the inaugural Village Renaissance Fair, which will be held Saturday, May 21st from noon to 5 p.m. at the Equestrian Center.
Love it.
And this first-time event will feature Shakespeare, dance, and musical performances, a blacksmith and fortune teller, knights' horses, and a queen's court. And there'll be photo event opportunities throughout the event for all the participants. And tickets will be sold at the door. They are $5 and cash only, please.
I love that. And you know, Renaissance Fair, the one I can remember was out at Glen Helen. You know, you drive all the way out there and they actually have those turkey legs, those giant, like the ones you see at the fair. And I think this is really fun. And this is put on mostly by recreation, right?
That's correct.
Okay, well there you can see some fun stuff on the screen there. Village Renaissance Fair, May 21st. Super fun, all right?
And then I wanted to make sure that all the residents know about Memorial Day at the Performing Arts Center. This will remember those who gave their lives serving our country. And this will occur on Memorial Day, which is Monday, May 30th at 1 p.m. And again, it will be at the Performing Arts Center. And admission is free, but please reserve your seating through the PAC box office.
Right. Well, they can only fit so many people, right?
Right.
Okay. All right.
And ceremonies will include the United States Marine Corps, American Legion Post 257, and a performance by the All-American Boys Chorus.
That is so nice, and there we have a picture of the boys' chorus there. And do they sing pretty much ceremonial songs?
That's
America
my understanding,
songs? Okay.
yes.
All right, well that's awesome. And like you mentioned, make sure you get the tickets ahead of time because you definitely want to make sure that you do have a seat. And is there going to be, do you know if there's any reservations, like how many people can get tickets?
I believe there's a limit of 4 per manor.
Oh, there is, okay,
yes.
so 4 per manor. All right, perfect. Okay. Oh, this is good. I'm glad you're bringing this up because I was going to tell everybody about it because, boy, there's a lot going on out there.
Yes, we've received a construction notice from the City of Laguna Woods. And to improve pedestrian accessibility, sidewalk and curb ramp improvements are underway on El Toro Road between Cali Sonora and Cali Corta and on Santa Maria Avenue. There are intermittent vehicle travel lane restrictions, sidewalk and curb ramp closures, as you've probably seen as you've been out and about. And completion is expected by this Friday on May 6th.
Yeah, it looks like they've got pretty, you know, cones and signs, and but it looks daunting.
Yes.
You know, when you're driving up the hill, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, so good. Well, I'm glad you're able to tell us about that. Thank you.
And then we also want to remind residents of water conservation requirements. The El Toro Water District declared a level 2 water shortage on May 24th and asked customers to reduce water use by 15%. The Water District urges residents to save as much water as possible and to follow its permanent water conservation requirements.
Yeah.
And those are available on our website. They can go to the news tab and look for Learn About ET Water District's water conservation requirements. And on the screen, I think we have an example of what they look like.
Yeah, the El Toro Water District, absolutely, good.
So if residents want to take a look, that's a good reference material for them.
Yeah, and you know, we're going to be talking to the El Toro Water District coming up here, and they're going to give us a report. And what a scary report we just saw the other day about Lake Mead, I guess it was. The water is so low that they have scary things coming up from the bottom. And yeah, it just goes to show you how much we need water.
Correct.
And I know one thing I wanted to mention is that I think the water restrictions is primarily for water that's within your home. Drinking water, shower water, not recyclable water, right?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay, okay. And there's, do all of the areas, old board areas have recyclable water, or some do not?
Only parts of our community have recycled water.
Okay.
So staff is doing their part with irrigation and so forth
Okay.
to meet the requirements.
Great. And one thing to remember, I guess, you know, when it comes to water restrictions is that if you see something that is kind of dying, I mean, it may be because it needed a lot more water and that's just something we have to go through. I mean, I don't know if you remember, it's like when we had lawns, you know, we had to kill our lawns.
Yes. Yes.
So anyway, we have to be careful about what we use in terms of water. All right, excellent. Anything else?
No, I think that concludes it for today, but I appreciate the time to bring everybody up to date on what's happening in the village.
Perfect. We appreciate your time. Thank
you.
And of course, if you want more information about what we have just discussed, you can always go to our website, which is lagunawoodsvillage.com, or you can send an email to generalmanager@vmsinc.org. We'll be right back.
I'm Jerry Slusowitz, founder of Pacific Financial Planners. Did you know that one simple mistake can derail your retirement plan? By not making the shift to income-based investing, you could be setting up your retirement plan to fail. If you're at or near retirement age, time is not on your side. One major stock market correction could wipe out your life savings. Visit safeincometoday.com to make the switch. Create retirement income you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, today we have Pat Bates, who is a candidate for Orange County Supervisor's 5th District. Well, welcome. How are you?
Thank you. It's great to be back. I was just saying to the gentleman that I met coming in, longtime friends, that it's so great to be back in the district. And I will introduce my candidacy by saying I want to come back to Orange County. I want to leave Sacramento and be back among friends and be back among people where we get things done and we provide solutions for our communities and our people. So thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Very excited to be here and have that conversation with you.
Excellent. Well, you know, we talked a little bit off camera. We're talking about, you know, waste and abuse within our government. And, you know, sometimes it's pretty evident. And one thing that you mentioned to me that's very interesting is the promises that were made have not been kept. So if you were to evaluate those things that you're going to talk about, let's start there.
That's a great question. We have in the Orange County Transportation Authority, which I would serve on that board, a motto, promises made, promises kept. And if our residents of Orange County take a look at what has gone on with the sales tax that was approved specifically for transportation improvements, you can see them everywhere in Orange County. In fact, when I was on the board, I got the privilege of completing some of those. What we have in county government now, I believe that it was a very difficult time during the pandemic to meet all of the needs that we were seeing and make sure that we kept people as safe as possible.
Right.
We had a problem with the mandates. I do believe, I'll go right to homelessness, one of the big issues. We needed to do something that was individualized. We know our people in our communities, what the spread is, what the infection rate, how we can control that. There was no emphasis on therapeutics, which should have been. So I think in terms of fraud, abuse, and waste, we need to take a deeper look at each one of our departments, each look at our agencies, and ensure there's accountability for the taxpayer dollars that go into that.
Right.
If there is fraud, when we were on the board, we set up, when I was on the board with my colleagues, we set up the whistleblower process so that if you saw things that maybe weren't fraud, but they were misusing dollars that could be saved, right, they were allowed to report it. And then we had a performance audit component that went in and took a look at it. So I will continue that effort. I have to say I'm not sure if it continues there, but it was very effective when I was on the board, and we'll do that.
I think that's important because there are many times that we've talked to assembly folks here, and they do talk about accountability. But what is actually being done in that means? Are they having task force or whatever they put together to make sure that's happening?
Accountability is based on doing the kind of deep performance auditing and having a dashboard. So you said you were going to do X, you're going to do it in 6 months. So in 6 months, who's supposed to take a look to see if you accomplish that? Your leaders, your elected leaders. That doesn't necessarily happen to the degree it should at state level, but here in local governments and in the county in particular, we actually have that function. And I do believe, based on the way we managed the 2008-2010 recession, we did a good job on that, and I would be back to make sure that that's still operative. And if not, I'll be talking about it.
Excellent. Now, you know, Californians are paying an awful lot in taxes, and there's an exodus happening, and that's unfortunate, and we've lost a seat. And so what do you think we need to do differently in California?
Well, we need to bring people into the equation. When I'm on the floor of the Senate and I hear some of the arguments, it seems like there's an out of touch with our people out in the communities. For example, we continue to put more mandates on our energy producers. We have now focused on only one source of energy going forward, that's electricity. We do not have a grid that's upgraded to accommodate that. We're talking about charging stations. Well, do you know who's going to pay for charging stations? We are going to pay that on our electricity bills.
Yes.
So look at our friends out in the Inland Empire that have these very huge swings in temperature. Very hot, hot, hot in the summer, very cold, cold, cold. They are paying, if I remember correctly, it's 30 to 35% of their income goes to energy costs.
Wow.
So these are laws that come out of Sacramento. As a county supervisor, you don't have a lot to say about that in terms of a vote on a particular measure. But I think our board can be very effective, more so than we have been, if we start raising our voices. We take that bully pulpit and say, hey guys, what are we doing to common man out there in our districts? We came up here to you came up here to represent them, and you seem to have lost touch with, you know what the average, what is it, the medium income for a family of four that's at low income is $140,000 a year. That used to be income of upper middle class, and now it can barely afford 2 children, a mom and a dad, and guess what mom and dad are doing? They are both working. They're both driving with that horrible tax on gas. So these are things that you just have to say, how did this happen? It's out of touch. And I would submit that you cannot have a supermajority in your legislature that has only one way of thinking about what we all need. Let us tell you what we need, because you are supposed to be representing us. And that's what's going wrong. And I assure you, at the Board of Supervisors, people will have an opportunity to share their concerns, their needs with us at that board meeting. I have been approached by many constituents that tell me that they've only been allowed a minute to speak at the Board of Supervisors. When I was on the board, we allowed 3 minutes and sometimes 5, depending on what the issue is. When we were fighting the airport, I was at the head of that. If they only allowed us a minute to talk about what it was going to do to our environment, believe me, there would have been a revolt. But at least then we were able to enter our concerns, and of course, I have to say, without Laguna Woods Village in the front lines of that effort, we would be sitting here with more sound attenuation, because the noise would be incredible. And by the way, let me mention very quickly, that is a very important point, because there's talk right now of an airport improvement program for the county. I have not seen the details, but I have pledged to the people that live in that airport path, and it's basically South County, Newport Beach, we will not increase overflights in our communities. And we are pledged to that, and we will certainly do everything with me sitting on that board to ensure that that does not happen.
Well, let's talk a little bit about crime. You know, there's an awful lot that we see on TV these days, and we've talked to the Sheriff's Department, and we do really, I think, enjoy our Sheriff's Department, that they do a really great job. You know, maybe working with them, what are some things that you see can be improved in terms of helping crime?
I think that giving the law enforcement the resources they need, they have become very inventive in terms of dealing with what we see as a big cause of crime, and that's homelessness, and the people who are desperate, and people who are on drugs, addicted. They have to have their fix, so they just, what is that? The run in and grab. Anything that is they can monetize. So empowering our law enforcement to do more in that arena is very important. And I know that Sheriff Barnes has created I guess it's a unit within the Sheriff's Department that's going to deal with behavioral health. And as Sheriff Barnes has said, they have become basically the mental health unit for the County of Orange in triaging. So I will be 100% with them, and I'd like to mention Sheriff Barnes gave me the first elected official award that's ever been given by the sheriff for my work over the many years in terms of making sure they had the resources, ensuring that our working with our Sheriff's Department, we had the safety, and we had our contract cities had the kind of resources they need. So that's a very proud moment, and it was a total surprise. I thought I had to go and give a speech, and I walked in, and Sheriff Barnes came up and he said, "We have an award for you." And I went, You got to be kidding. But also fentanyl, and I hope our residents here are very aware of that, because they do have need for the opioids, in which we have found that fentanyl is being laced into that. The biggest deaths right now are between 18 and 45 who have been taking opioids laced with fentanyl, and there is only, it's basically 2 minutes to be revived. So we've lost so many people, and I have fought and fought and fought. I've been introducing legislation since 2016, working with Sheriff Barnes, and we still haven't made a dent in it, but we keep up the fight.
Well, we certainly need to address that for sure, because there's an awful lot of fentanyl coming over the border in all areas, and it really is a frightening situation. So, real quick, I know you've mentioned homelessness a few times. Let's just touch on it real quick. You mentioned that you have requested some monies for another Be Well Center.
Yes. When you asked about the budget, it's huge. The surplus is huge, running somewhere between, I think it's 32 billion and 52 billion, something in there. And we'll know shortly, because the May revise for the state budget is coming out pretty quick next week, I believe. But $10 million I've requested as the money that has come in out of that new capital gains increase in the budget in our resources, and that would go to help Orange County build another Be Well Orange County Center. And I hear very good reports about the differences they're making with people who are addicted, who are seeking help. And I want to make a real emphasis on that. There are programs that are dictated by state law and federal law that we can have only housing first. So that's like taking people and just putting them into these motel, hotels, whatever, but they are not required to have any services. We have so many people that want to have mental health counseling. They need physical treatments, mental health treatments. Be Well Orange County is doing that, yet our state government just denied one of my bills that would have allowed us to have housing first plus, is what I'm calling it. Give people housing and then give them the services that they want. It's a volunteer program. So we'll continue to work, and again, back to the bully pulpit. The Board of Supervisors can be a very strong advocate voice to our state government. We need to do more of that.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate all of the information that you have shared with us. It sounds like you are on the right track, and good luck to you.
Thank you so much, and thank you again for letting me share some of these thoughts with your community. And I hope they know how much I love them. From the very beginning, I stood in, I think it was Clubhouse 5, and urged them to incorporate. It was the best thing they ever did.
All right, thank you again. And if you want more information about what Pat Bates has talked to us about today, you can go to batesforsupervisor.com. We'll be right back.
Are you or someone you know facing financial challenges from unexpected emergency expenses? The foundation of Laguna Woods Village can provide the temporary help you need. Meals on Wheels, adult day services, dental services, medical alert services, and ambulance contracts. Contact the Village Social Services at 949-597-4267 to see if you qualify. Neighbors helping neighbors. The mission of the foundation of Laguna Woods Village.
Number one reported accident for a senior is a fall.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. If you've taken a bad fall or your balance isn't what it used to be, it's time to try 60 Up. It's safe, it's effective balance training that can get you back on your feet in as little as 3 weeks, like it did me.
If you have balance, strength, or mobility issues, you need 60 Up.
Within a couple weeks, my balance is improved.
If you're feeling scared, you need 60 Up.
It works.
Go to 60up.com. That's the number 60up.com.
It changed my life, and it can change yours too.
Just a couple of announcements. We wanted to let you know that the driving range is closed, and we do have a couple of dates for you. If you take a look at this, we are, it started closing on May 2nd. It also includes the short game area and behind the tennis courts, but it will reopen Monday, May 16th. All right, the 60 Up, as you just saw in the commercial, it is very powerful and can help you with your balance. And we are giving away one free balance board training system in the month of May, which is now, and we'll do it at the end of the month. So get your name in. We want you to email your name, phone number, and address to village.television@vmsinc.org. And of course, you can learn more about that at 60up.com. And Republican Club is having a meeting. It's coming up, and they have a couple things they want to talk to you about. Of course, there's many candidates that are now appearing. Christopher Duff and Benjamin Stouffer are here, and they're going to be talking, as well as Carl DeMaio. And if you want to participate, you need to get in touch with Patty, 303-886-9600. Mother's Day is this Sunday. Now, I haven't heard that it's sold out, but do give them a call and let them know at recreation@vmsinc.org. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather before we head out. Weather is looking quite nice. We are looking at a little bit of fog this morning, but as you can see, it is burning off nicely. And then we are looking at 72, 54 today, but the rest of the week looks great. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 80, 58, 80, 59, 80, 56, and then Sunday, 77, 58. Have a great day in the village. Of course, don't forget the meeting is immediately following our morning broadcast of This Day, so stay tuned for that. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
At Pro Smiles OC, you get Orange County's best and most experienced dentist. Dr. Ivan Ho is an award-winning cosmetic and implant dentist that has been treating patients in South OC and Laguna Woods for over 30 years. Safety and cleanliness is our #1 priority, and now your routine dental work is more comfortable than ever. We use digital x-rays to minimize radiation and digital scans for crowns and inlays in-house, allowing patients to leave with final restorations in the same appointment. Let Dr. Ho and his team give you a reason to smile. Call Pro Smiles OC today.